So I'm going to put you on the spot here. I purposely didn't tell you I was going to ask you this question ahead of time because I want your off the cuff response there. So everyone knows the LeBrons, the KDs, the Steph Currys, and all of that of the NBA there. If you were to pick your top 5 players in the WNBA right now, regardless of position, right? Just the 5 best players in the league, who do you think would be in your top 5 as far as the best today?
Oh man, you are putting me on the spot. And I know people are going to hear this and go, why wasn't this player on here? Oh, that's such a good question. Like, I'm going to leave out my favorite because obviously Sue Bird is my favorite, but I still think you could easily put her on a top 5 right now. She is that good. Mm-hmm. I think Breanna Stewart is on that list for sure of the Seattle Storm. She is, we saw what she did last year, playoff MVP. Obviously she won the championship as well. She is just so unbelievably talented. She had 28 points in game 1 for Seattle. Like, she's picking up right where she left off. I think, I know it's only 2 games and technically there were her 4th and 5th games of her career in the WNBA, but Sabrina Ionescu is definitely one of the most entertaining players. And I think is going to make a case for why she should be on that top 5. Mm-hmm. I think Candace Parker in Chicago, that's another interesting storyline. Candace Parker, big trade, going from Las Vegas to back home to Chicago where she grew up. I think she's definitely one of the most entertaining and dynamic and talented players in this league. Oh man, Asia Wilson. You can't have a conversation about the best players in the league without Asia Wilson of Las Vegas. Again, huge part of their success last year, huge part of why they think they're probably going to be making a run at the title this year. And then that number 5 spot. Oof. I'm torn, and I'm very obviously biased, but I'm torn between, I think it's one of either Diana Taurasi or Sue Bird, because they are still that good. They are still that dominant and they are still that important to their teams, right? You'd think Seattle in particular with Breanna Stewart and Jewel Lloyd taking over, you'd think that Sue Bird would kind of be a passive participant in this ride, but she set the record for number of assists in a game in the finals last year. Mm-hmm. She's still got it. And for, I'm going to say Sue over Diana, but like, please don't come after me for it. I think you could make a case for both.
As a diehard Mercury fan for all of 48 hours, I think now I am clearly shocked and appalled at all of this. But yeah, it just goes to show like the level of talent in this league. And I think that's the biggest thing, that if anyone who, ever tuned into the WNBA, let's say 20 years ago, I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say it was a more watered down product of what it is now. Whereas if you go through, the end of the bench to your best player on your team, every team in the league is loaded this year and you can't have an off night. And I think we saw that on opening night where, as you said, almost every game came down to the last possession. And it's not like there's the 20 to 40 point blowouts, which, a couple of years ago, you were seeing some pretty lopsided scores. That parity is definitely in the league now, and it makes the product that much more enjoyable.
It does. It really does. And I mentioned the New York Liberty having a bit of a blip last year, but you've seen how quickly they've been able to turn it around, right? And you could make a case that, their one player coming back really has made a huge difference. I know they made some other changes, but that's how quickly it is easy to turn around in this league. And you're right. You could make a case for almost every team in this league making a run at it at some point. There's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of players to get involved in and to follow and who are just so exciting to watch. You look at any team, even, Atlanta drafting Ari McDonald and the success that she had in the NCAA tournament. So many people who weren't even basketball fans all of a sudden knew who Ari McDonald was. And now she's a member of the Atlanta Dream and we get to watch her here. So there's no shortage of star players and talented players and really exciting players to watch this year.